Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss everything regarding to crypto markets. That includes majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss the continued market crash and where we would consider buying a dip. We're going to talk about crypto DATs in hot water with the SEC, what this means for our bags, and a massive launch day recap for Plasma and the XBL token. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you're listening on Spaces, give us a like, give us a bookmark, give us a comment. If you're feeling generous, give us a retweet, get us out there in the algorithm. If you're in the YouTube comments, let us know what you're buying today. Are you holding? Are you selling? Are you buying? What tickers are you looking at? We have a special guest coming today. He's currently very busy. There's an outage at the NASDAQ that he needed to fix. We'll let you know when he comes on, though, but a very, very special guest, big wig over at the NASDAQ. So he'll be on a little bit later, I believe. Until then, I'm joined by Kix. Kix, it's been a fun week. We've had you on a few times. How you feeling today with this kind of nasty weather going on in the crypto market?
I'm doing quite fine, to be honest with you, man. When things start dumping, it's really a test, of your conviction, of your thesis. It's like being on a sports team, and you're like, man, we're a good team, and you go 1-2, right? Or you got a fantasy team, it's stacked, you go 1-2. This guy's maybe starting a little slow, right? You got two options. One is you say, hey, we actually fucking suck, or two, you double down and you say, you know what? We're still good. We still got this. So I like dips in crypto because it forces you to reevaluate your conviction levels, let's say. And I'm still bullish. So I ain't really that worried. I do think things could get one more flush, just depending on the coin, right? Like there's certain coins that have bled out a lot and they're sitting at support already. There's other coins like Ethereum that ran up a ton, right? So they have a little bit more to go to hit some hard support levels. So like I could see ETH. It wouldn't shock me if ETH goes to 3,600. Also, I'd be fine with that. Like I wouldn't be thrilled, but I'd be like, hey, it's retesting a technical here. But dude, I still feel good. I still feel bullish, just simply due to the fact that stocks, we saw some silliness, but crypto, it's been, other than ETH really pumping, a couple altcoins here and there, Bitcoin's just been ranging. I haven't got anything close to what feels like top signals. Okay, like or just the feeling of something topping. Because if you're in the market, you'll just feel it. It's not even about signals. You'll feel it in your gut. Okay, like Trump weekend, January, I felt that shit in my gut. I was like, this is the toppiest of toppy fucking shit. You know what I mean? Trump launches a coin, then Melania launches a coin, it goes to 4 billion. It's just fucking chaos. It's like, people just blowing up stacks trying to chase things because they miss gen wealth. Very toppy signals. Here, just not feeling it. Just not feeling toppy signals at all. But yeah, I mean, there could be another leg down for some coins to hit support levels before they start turning back up. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I think I'm feeling in the same place. Maybe I'm a little over allocated. I'm just not stabled up enough right now to take advantage of these dips. So I'm doing some a little bit of selling here just to feel a little bit more comfortable on some plays that I'm not as convicted on. But overall conviction is good. Honestly, the hype and Aster thing kind of shook me a little bit because I just have such a big hype position now because I've been LPing hype in Bitcoin. And I'm just I don't want to capitulate hype here on a potential hype Bitcoin bottom. So that has me a little on edge, but outside of that, I'm pretty bullish on crypto overall. I don't think we've topped. I don't think we found a market top yet. The one thing I'm concerned about is just prolonged chop if we have this. So I'm looking back at some levels here, these red channels from last year, 2024, where we chopped between these levels on Bitcoin, 52 to 73 for 9 months straight. If we look at this channel here, this green channel, say May of this year. 9 months from May would be what, April, March, like February. We could shop until February and we'd be in that same sort of type of range. And I don't know if like crypto Twitter would lose their mind if we don't set a new Bitcoin all-time high like in Q4 where everyone's kind of like feeling very bullish.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that the only reason why it didn't sit in the green range since November of last year is because of the tariffs.
Yeah,
the tariff sell-off.
Yeah, like you say, this tariff sell-off, you would have been here.
You would have just been chopping in that green range.
Yeah, and that would be
nine plus months would set you up again for Q4. In terms of hype, CZ's almost done selling, so there's not that sell pressure anymore. And the fundamentals, I think, on hype just continue to get stronger. I mean, there's a real reason why CZ is worried. I don't know if you saw this data point, but perp open interest on like the last 3 new coins launched, Hyperliquid has more open interest than Binance. We're not even like talking Aster here. We're talking Binance.
I think it was Aster plus Binance combined.
Yes. For Plasma, so for XPL, for Pump, and for fucking Aster itself.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, no shit, he's fucking worried and trying to do market making painting. So yeah, I'm still very bullish on hype. Things aren't up only, you know what I mean? Like even in bull markets, you're going to get 30% pullbacks. People are going to call tops. You're going to get a little fucking nervous. I'm lucky that in August, I hit some nice NFT wins and rotated into cash and got like my ETH exposure somewhat down. I still have a lot of ETH exposure. But that helps a little bit. I actually created a new bookmark folder called memes. And that's the first one that I have in it. I'm not using it yet because I don't like to tempt fate. I'll save that for some time in the future.
Yeah, Alex is a big Hyperliquid bull.
Yeah, give him a follow
From the Daily Bone.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
I do follow him on my personal. So
okay, cool.
I've already followed him there. Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. We're going to kick off the weather report in 1 minute. First, we're going to give a big shout out to the partners of today's episode, who we are going to be doing a little bit of segment with today. This would be 0DTE. You saw us trade with them last week. We had some fun with our Yeet giveaway. Today, we're just going to do some straight up trading on 0DTE. You're going to have to wait for the Yeet giveaway. That's going to happen early next week for the final one from October. We're going to have some fun stuff planned for that one. 0DTE, if you're not familiar, allows you to bet on short-term crypto price action. Here's how it works. Pick an asset. You can pick between ETH, Solana, and Bitcoin. You pick a time frame. You can do 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours. You can select payout multiples, 2x, 3x, 4x. This will determine the range of your trade, and then you can place your trade. So essentially, you're taking short-term bets on crypto price action. This is best served when things are volatile and prices are moving. We saw a bit of volatility this morning, so we're going to put some bets in this morning after we kick off the weather report when we talk about kind of like where we could be going coming up. That being said, big shout out to 0DT. Let's kick it off here with a weather report.
Okay, cool. Also, I'll pull up my TA for the 5 minute when we're ready. So you just got to give me like a 30-second heads up. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, September 26th. Majors down again. Bitcoin below 110K. ETH fighting to try to get back above 4K. Solana under 200. Hype doing relatively decent after a major drawdown at 4250. Over the past 24 hours, news broke that the SEC and FINRA have reached out to over 200 DATs with concerns of insider trading. These allegations include trading treasury vehicles prior to the announcement of the DAT. Looks like it's not full-on crime season after all, buddies. You better watch out. Next up, Plasma launched their stablecoin chain, and the XBL token saw massive success as it gained 55% on the day, all the way up to near a $12 billion FTV. In addition to their allocated allocation, all pre-sale participants were airdropped roughly 10K worth of the XBL token for participation. I thought you couldn't get in this if you were in the U.S. I was wrong, man. Dum-dum. Dum-dum-bum-bum. Finally, Kraken closed a $500 million funding round At a $15 billion valuation, these funds will fuel growth of the exchange ahead of their upcoming 2026 IPO. That's it for the weather report. Let's take it back to Ray in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Kick. Some big news there. Plasma being the standout yesterday in a red market. Did you trade the XPL token at all yesterday? Do you have any thoughts on Plasma? I know you said...
Unfortunately, I didn't. I was very busy with work yesterday in a good way. Made a lot of progress on some things. So I didn't trade that, but I loved the trade setup overall. When it went down to 80, that was that nice classic, airdrop unlock, sell down, forms a range, runs back up. So for those that hit that trade, absolutely phenomenal. What I think is even more interesting is the synthetic pre-TGE tokens, right? You had multiple chances to get into this at around 50 cents when the token was still in pre-sale range. I think I'm about to get fact checked here.
Yeah,
when it first came out, yeah, could have got it at could have got it at 50, which is just really cool to think about. Also, like that whale that accidentally liquidated everyone's shorts. He's feeling pretty good because he got in at a 60 cent average cost, up almost 2x on massive size. But I just think this whole pre-TGE token thing is just super interesting because it just allows these tokens to get a lot more price discovery ahead of TGE. And therefore, I think TGE events are a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because people have already been able to get exposure at price. And there's just been more time for price discovery. It's just very interesting time to be alive in crypto. But yep, long story short, didn't hit the trade. Looked like you did, though. Good job there.
Yeah, good story on this. First, we're going to bring up our guest for today. He's in the back room. He just fixed the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ went down. He brought it up himself.
Oh,
welcome to the stage. Dude. It's Manny.
What a legend.
What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Funny story about this play. So I took the trade yesterday. We talked about it on the show. I was long, and Chris was on. He joined us yesterday, Chris Coffey, and he was short. And it was looking like he was in the right the entire show. And I had an automatic take profit on Hyperliquid that was set, and I thought that I closed it. If you remember me fumbling around yesterday, if you're listening right now, and you were listening yesterday, with VPNs, trying to figure out how to get actual XPL token on the chain to do stuff, I thought I had closed it out, but apparently it didn't accept my take profit. So I'm sitting here watching it pump. I'm on a recording a pod with LG Deset, and I see my take profit hit, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't want to sell that. So it kept running all the way up to 90 cents. I was like, no, I missed it. I'm an idiot. And then thankfully retraced back down to where I sold it, bought again, and then hit a couple of the tops for in and out on the XPL. Didn't catch the absolute top on this one, but pretty happy with where.
That's okay, bro. That's okay. You just want to go through the wave. You know what I'm saying? You never want to catch the top of the wave.
How you been, Manny? It's been a week. Everything good at NASDAQ?
Yeah, bro. Everything's good. Just vibing. Just kind of hanging out. It's been a pretty wild week. Hit some pretty pretty decent trades. I picked up open. Some more at 7. I hit a 10x on the Cypher calls that I bought in July. So I bought some deep out of the money calls for Cypher at $21 a call, and then I hit a 10 bagger on that. So I was pretty pumped to wake up, and I don't know, it just 3 days ago I was just you know what, I'm just gonna sell some stuff. Hogs kind of get slaughtered here, and then I top ticked it at at a 10x for me on there. So I was pretty pumped. I mean, that thing will probably kind of retrace back down to the 8s, I think, just because we have some chop or whatever. Yeah, whatever that is, 915 right there. That we'll get a retrace to there, and then that's going to slingshot back up because all of the Google data centers and all of that, they've been buying stuff, and they're paying 17 billion a gigawatt right now for additional AI compute. So whoever has the infrastructure already kind of preset or has the ability to make it, like that's kind of the going rate for these people is 17 billion a gigawatt.
I saw some big news come out with them raising money yesterday.
Yeah.
Looks like they
Yeah.
raised like $1.1 billion
Yeah.
to fund more data center construction. So I saw that. I didn't have a chance to look at price. It looks like pretty even on the day, but I mean,
Everyone was kind of pissed because they signed Fluid Stack, which is some Google company, some like overload company for Google. So they had some stuff just kind of like flow into them on that side. So everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is it! We're so pumped!" And then they're just like dilution event, yeet, and then just dropped it on everyone. But I
yeah,
mean,
I was gonna say,
it
like,
costs
after
money.
they ran that hard, it seems like it's the playbook for these companies is to like dilute the stock at that higher valuation and capture the run up themselves versus investors, which is kind of tough.
That's pretty based. I mean, straight up pretty based. But yeah, so this thing is down probably on its way to like $9-10. And then I'll probably reload there just because I don't think we're done on the whole Bitcoin thing. So that was pretty cool. I'm trying to check all of my wallets to see if I put money into Plasma. I think I did. I just don't remember which wallet it was.
Well, that's a good thing to check because you'd have a free $10,000 from the
Yeah,
airdrop.
yeah. So I put money in it. I just don't remember which wallet. I think it might have been like my Echo wallet. I don't know. I have to do that later today and then see and then one wick that, dude.
Have you explored the plasma chain at all?
No, no. I mean, what is it? Stable coins? Like,
Yeah, so I mean, their main page is basically stablecoin deposits. They're offering was up at 50%, 20% APY on stables. Is kind of like their main like app essentially. I'm also doing. We talked about the show before USDAI. The compute backed stable coins is where they're launching their stable as well. So I'm doing some like LPing on like their stablecoin and Tether. So it's like a lot of stablecoin yield stuff. So that's
nice.
essentially what you can do on the chain.
What is this, like Luna with extra steps or something? Kind of feels like who is it? The USDC people said that they were gonna like do transactions where they go back for fraud
Oh
and
God,
stuff.
I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, guys, what is this on-chain Visa? Like, what are you guys doing here? So that
Yes.
was, I was like, that's kind of defeats the purpose of it, but okay.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up on screen now, man. He's making a good point. Circle on news came out there exploring reversible USDC transactions. In case there are, I guess they're saying, hey, if there's like hacks, you can reverse transactions apparently.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is pretty wild. So I mean, it does bring up a good point though. Like, I feel like there are instances where like this is merited, right? Like you can't say that, hey, like if you have the ability to reverse a hack, like in a vacuum, reversing that hack makes a lot of sense. It becomes an issue when you zoom out and you look at like the overall crypto ethos and you're saying, okay, well, it's no longer decentralized. It's no longer permissionless. This is a slippery slope to getting down to censoring user transactions.
Yeah. I mean, it just means that you can just use a different stable coin.
Yeah.
That doesn't have that technology because they can't just like magically make USDC reversible. They would have to like upgrade to like a new USDC. And if and when they decide to do that, you can just say, cool, I'm not going to hold USDC anymore. I'm going to hold USDT or I'm going to hold Athena stablecoin or all of the other stablecoins out there. So you can make a personal choice as a user whether to support that or not. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's, you know, like a Trojan horse. It sounds good. And then, you know, 10 years from now,
Social credit score.
yeah, the government's making the USDC reverse transactions because you made fun of someone on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah. Definition of a slippery slope. We have kicks on. We have Manny on. Why don't we pull up some of the TA on the 5-minute kicks? I want to get into some of these 0 DTE trades so we can have some of them expire. Maybe we'll do like some 5-minute or 15-minute trades here.
Do you have like a particular coin you want to do it on?
I like ETH. I'm a big ETH guy.
Okay. Big ETH maxi, huh? Let's pull up the fucking 5 minute. I'd short ETH right here.
Short ETH right here. Over
Yeah,
5.
short
I'm just gonna fire one out here. I'm gonna put a half soul ETH short here. 39.27. All right, so give me some charts. Let me know what you were looking at when you made that decision.
MACD, baby.
5 minute MACD.
5 minute MACD, dude. Turning red. But it's also at the support line, so I mean, you're not going to get much out of it. You're gonna get it to like 319. You're gonna get a $5 drop.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need.
All right, cool. Sweet.
That's all we need.
And then just flip long after that.
just go pure. I'm gonna stare at the MACDs and just like basically look at these positions. I got to be below 39.28 is where my my target is here. I'm gonna pull it back up. 39.28 to be in the green in the next 4 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yeah,
we talked about this before on the show. You basically select your asset up top here. You can then select your multiplier 2x, 3x, 4x. This affects your payout, also affects the levels that you're getting quoted. And then you can set your time frame, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 3 hour. Also obviously affects your quotes. You'll have tighter quotes like the lower payout and the higher time frame. So yeah, pretty cool. I've had a lot of fun on this trading volatility. Like if you see bearish news and you can't get like a long or a short in, like getting like one of these quickly in, like you're going to be able to catch some of these runners, which is nice. So we're in the green right now, Kicks. Look at this. Look at this. Very nicely. Currently winning below that level. Half ETH soul bet to win 1 soul. We'll check in on this in a few minutes. While we have the charts up, Kicks, one thing I'm like wondering here, I have started to sell some assets into dry powder. I want to kind of keep that on the side and then try to find different levels to enter the majors, maybe with some small leverage. What like lower levels are you targeting here to potentially add positions on a higher time?
Like ETH, for example, here on like the weekly, looks like it's doing a MACD curl. You got moving average support that will kind of move up towards like 3,500, 3,600. So I think just based on charting, like ETH would catch that level, probably need a couple of weeks to stabilize. So if we get a bullish October, ETH may just be a little bit of a laggard, I would say, to start things off. Whereas if you look at the Bitcoins, you can see that Bitcoin is in a way tighter range right here, and it's already playing around with that moving average. So I think the Bitcoins could lead Q4 because it's had way more of a consolidation period here. But yeah, if you were looking for like a puke on Bitcoin, it would probably be like in the low 100s, right around like here, I would say. So like 101 ish. If you look at salamis, the salamis, you know, could get to 180. If you look at hype's already at its moving average right here, but it's also having its first bearish curl on the weekly MACD. So I wouldn't be surprised if hype needs some consolidation period here as well. You can see that the Bollinger Bands need some time to catch up and allow it to start establishing a solid range in this area. So yeah, that's mostly what I'm looking for, is just like pullbacks to like the weekly moving average.
Yeah. Hype is my like largest on-chain position right now, and it's kind of also the one I'm like, it looks the most attractive right now to potentially enter into, which is kind of like a catch-22, because like I'm sitting on a large bag. I don't want to add to it, even though I know that like, or I believe that like looking at this, like it's a good target. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, you also got to be, some people like to like add to bags that they already have, right? My dollar cost average on hype is 28. I personally don't like to like average more in, right? Just because, for example, if I buy more at 42 and it pukes down to 36, I can like tilt myself on my whole position, right? So I'm happy just to hold my hype bags. I do have like a perps long.
Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Winner. You have boom, half Solana in the bank. Let's
little
go.
TA for you, man. That's a golf round right there, buddy.
Yeah, you guys got to play along with us when we do this. We just got to get kicks on the 5-minute MACD. 0DTE.io.
That was just an easy setup because it was curling. That's the thing is, yeah, and I'm getting better at this. Is you gotta have to like kind of let, if you're gonna do TA, you gotta have to let the TA come to you and wait for the TA setup. When you're trying to like force things that are just in ranges and stuff like that, you're just gambling. But this was a pretty easy short from a TA perspective.
Yeah, I trust you. You're like short now. Got it in time. Just in time. We waited a little bit more. Who knows what would have happened? Big shout out to 0DTE. Love playing around on this platform. Love making a little bit of money here today.
But yeah, just overall, I mean, like, I just think that people get really up in arms when it comes to pullbacks. We actually had a very similar pullback in 2021 in September. ETH went pinged off 4K and went all the way down to 2,800 last week of September, and then did its final leg up to almost 5K. Right, same exact setup, September, and that's a big pullback, right? 4K to 2,800 is 30%. I mean, we're probably seeing a similar pullback in ETH, right? It went from 4,800 now, and if I said 36, that would be exactly a 30% pullback.
What's the time
going into October?
4K to 28 here
in 2021. 2021. You see it where it wicked up to 4K in 2021 in September.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, other one. That's earlier. Right there.
Which one? This one? Or this one?
That one.
This one.
September 4K draws down all the way to 2,800. Beginning of October, final leg up. There's always gonna be fake outs as you're going into like more aggressive bull runs. That's just how the game works. Everything that like needs to go, it wants to go parabolic is going to get big pull downs so that it like resets the TA and allows it to do another leg up. Or the top is in, but dude, this would just be, I'm telling you, man, you always like true tops. You'll feel it in your gut. It's like Manny literally told me when Trump launched, he was like, Kix, you said whenever a new meme coin flips Pepe, the top is in. And I did say that, and he was right for reminding me, but I was so fucking euphoric due to mania that I was like, nah, that doesn't count. But it literally, so like that's when you see people that like form a thesis to sell and then throw it away because they're so greedy. That's the kind of things that you see during a top. This is not the kind of stuff that I didn't see stuff like that during this at all. I mean, like, you know what I mean? There's, if anything, you hear people that are like, oh, ETH did a 2x really quickly. There's not enough sellers, so it's gonna pull out, right? Like I'm seeing more on my timeline people that are like calling for downside, right? In 2021, super cycle, blah 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 blah. You know, it's a complete, like, Facebook rebrands to Meta and Sandbox Land does a 7x in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, those are the kind of things that like a company that has nothing to do with crypto rebrands their name and a crypto token does a 7x off the back of it. Those are the kind of things that you see when there's fucking craziness. Once again, we saw all of that in January of this year. So you know the feeling. Craziness is when the future president of the United States launches a fucking meme coin, then his wife launches a fucking meme coin, and like Solana's depegging because of the amount of people trying to swap. That's a signal, you know, seeing none of that.
The question I have for you is like, what would constitute that? Like, this is like the level that is craziness. Like, I'm looking at like similar runs on ETH here, hitting either 6K or 5,500. Would you feel that's like sufficient blow off top of like a 6K ETH or a $5,500 ETH? And then the silliness that could ensue on chain down the risk curve.
Yeah, I think it's just more so like less so just like a price and more so like a timing. How does it feel? You know what I mean? If everything's just like slowly grinding up in Q4 in terms of the majors, that wouldn't feel like a top, right? So then maybe you draw in the thesis that this bull run continues into 2026, right? If we see some altcoin mania where people are like trading crypto robotic stocks and the top one is $1 billion circulating, then I'm maybe thinking it's time to dump some bags.
Yeah, I've seen the crypto robotics stuff.
I don't think that's going to be the meta, but I'm just using it as an example. You know what I mean? Like, if you think back to when we were going to January last year, like what did we see? We saw virtuals go to 4 billion circulating.
That was insane. That was
4 billion. Was it 4 billion, Manny, circulating? 4? Yeah. That's toppy stuff. And we're not seeing any of that really.
Let me see. I'm trying to find what my quant said.
Yeah, what's the quant saying, dude?
Let me pull that up. To search my photos to find that. Give me a second.
What's that quant saying over there, man? I want some quant.
Oh, dude, I can share my screen and show you the indicator array on when to long.
Give it to me.
Yeah,
that's my main thing is I want to long some of these.
Right
I'm
here.
in some
right
dry
when
powder.
it bounced off the yellow. That's when you want to long it. It's right down here.
Which one's this? Oh, you're looking at 5 minute?
Yeah, this is the 5 minute on ETH. It touched this. So 1, 2, 3. You can probably still catch some waves.
39.40 would be my target here.
39. You have to be over that?
Yeah. I have to hit 39.40.
Is it 39? Yeah, you could probably do that in the next 5 minutes. Yeah.
All right. I just put one in. Let's see what I got at. It was right around 39.40.
Man, we got that short at the right time because it didn't stay short for long.
Yeah, once you see these little red dots pop up on this thing, yeah, then short it, dude. Like definitely short it.
What are these red? What are those?
It's like a custom indicator. I had ChatGPT like ingest all of the MIT OpenCourseWare, all of the job descriptions for all of these quant funds and firms, and then I like taught it some math on like how to do stuff, and then it just created all of these custom indicators. So now it just like does its own analysis based on its own custom indicators. And pretty much what you do is you just go back here, you buy when it's green, and then you sell when it's red. And
have you back tested it?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, dude, this thing cooks. If you go back, like the best view is on the daily on it. Let's see. Yeah, if you bought on this green back here, where is it? Here, get up to this top. That's 300% move, bro.
Love it. I got in at 30. I got in with a good quote here. We are very much so in the money right now. I just got to fill above 90 or 39.38 on ETH right now. I'm gonna pull it up. We are like very much so in the money at 39.44 here. Love to see this big play out of Manny here. Way to make that call.
Almost there.
Everyone wants your targets. That's in Manny's paid Telegram actually, where Manny provides the most alpha for one Ethereum per month entry.
Yeah, dude, swipe up. Let's see what else is. I don't know, dude. I've been like, I did a bunch of back testing. I had to like go back to my Substack and my
I love
GLP-1
this.
fund. Like,
I love this comment.
I don't know
Sorry.
that, dude. It's making me laugh, dude. It's so true.
yes,
Manny is the right
that's
side
it,
of the curve,
dude.
but also the
It's
farthest
like
left.
it's the left and right curve meme, and it's just Manny's picture on the left and the right.
Yeah, dude.
Someone's
I
got like
left curve so much shit. Like, what was it when like Machi dropped a coin? I was just like, everyone's like, "He's a scammer. You're gonna lose all your money." I was like, dude, I hit a clean 5x. Like Ben.eth, when he dropped his pre-sale thing, I immediately aped. I was like, dude, why not? So I embraced the left curve, dude.
Love it. I always appreciate the TA. What have you been trading, Manny? I'm curious. Have you been making any moves on these new coins? We've been having guests on and talking to them about the Aster trade and how they did that, if they got in or not. So I'm curious if you
I
traded
did.
Aster.
I had gotten back from Japan, then I had to fly to Nashville for work, and then I just saw Aster on my timeline, and I was like, what is it? And then I went to Deck Screener, and I was like, oh, okay, this thing's 80 cents. I was like, all right, who like is even talking about this? They're like, CZ's buying. I was like, say no more, ape. And then I just instantly aped, and then it got to like, I sold around like 218 to something, because like some of the people in my group chat who lose the most amount of money started talking about how they're going to start trading perps, and I was like, I'm out. That's all I needed, dude. Like, I'll take the 3x that I got, and I'm grateful for that, or 2x or whatever. And I was like, that's more than enough.
Love it. Big win there. Yeah, so it sounds like everyone's pretty much made out well. We started talking about Aster around 50 cents on the show. I kind of botched it a little bit, ended up making money kicks. You're out of Aster completely now, right?
Yeah, I did a long from 80 to 120. It would have just been smart to hold that the whole way up, and then I did 150 to 220.
Yeah, it looks like we're basically sitting at $1.80 on Aster right now. It's kind of settled into that.
I wouldn't be
level.
surprised if it did one more leg up. Just the thing you got to keep on your radar is the 5th is when the first airdrop happens. So you'd think like smart money would maybe try to start de-risking middle of next week. I wouldn't be surprised if this does like one more leg up to like 280 before the airdrop. But
I think they'll scam pump it up, right? Because then the team or the insiders will get their tokens first, and then everybody else will be in line, and then they can sell into all the other volume.
My thought process was airdrops coming. People are going to have that same take. There's going to be a lot of unlocked tokens. I think most of the volume is coming through Binance and CZ. I think they're going to just be airdropping themselves tokens. I don't think they're going to sell those. So I think it's going to be a bullish unlock potentially. So I'm going to be looking for more of a dip on this. And like, I think it just continues to paint this. Like the 4 hour on this is just like a beautifully painted like chart at this point. Like you're still making higher highs, higher lows on the 4 hour.
Oh, look at the MACD just came in, getting a little curl right there. Yeah. That looks just almost algorithmically generated,
right?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like a long here to 250.
Might have to try it. But yeah, I'm looking to continue to take this. It's like almost like a hedge against my hype position. I think they're almost like inversely correlated at this point. If you see Aster go to 250, I think you're going to see hype retrace more. I could be completely off. Also, winner, another one, Manny. Thanks for that long call. That's another hit on 0DTE. We are up big now. We've made one soul on the show. This is great.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking to enter another long here. I don't know. I think I want to get a little more of a dip, but we'll see.
I've just been buying more stuff on TradFi, if I'm being honest.
Okay. What stocks are you in?
I've been. We already talked about Cypher earlier. I got pretty decent average on that back in July. I've been getting a lot of quantum stuff, so like D-Wave, D-Wave, IonQ, yeah, and then the QUBT, quantum computing. Like I've just been Rio, all of those. Like pretty much anything quantum, I'm just long on the whole thing.
What's Rio's ticker?
I think that's let me see. Oh, that was like what was Rio? Rio was like this like material that you need to make this certain type of semiconductor that you need for quantum computing. Give me 1 second.
Rare earth minerals, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a mining business. Rio Tinto. Ticker is RIO.
RIO?
Yeah, RIO. Yeah.
Rio Tinto. So yeah, we are looking at
Yeah.
it. Nice. So big on quantum. What's the thesis on quantum?
Pretty much the US has had quantum for like 10 years and then China just figured it out. So then we're telling everyone that like, okay, it's time to get quantum. And then you're starting to see all of the major corporations talk about like quantum resistant like algorithms to protect all of their data, PII and stuff. So I'm seeing a lot of buzz about like this thing. And usually when I see that kind of buzz, it's like 3 to 5 years out. But if I can get in something that could be like the next NVIDIA, that'd be kind of sick. But do I think it's it? No, absolutely not, dude. I think these people are, as PO would say, out to lunch. But if like I can just ride the momentum on something like that, then why not, bro?
Dude, so speaking of rare earth minerals, my buddy hit me up like 2 months ago about this thing called PPTA. It's a rare earth mineral company. I think it's not Bill Ackman, but it's some other some guy that's a genius hedge fund trader bought like a 10% stake or a big stake in this company. My buddy told me about it at like 15, but it's doing pretty well. But it's just funny how life works because like literally yesterday I hit him up and I'm like, because I heard, I don't know if you guys heard, but like energy is starting to heat up.
Yeah, dude.
The energy markets. And so that made me think rare earth minerals. And I texted my buddy yesterday. I'm like, do you remember, what was that stock called? PPTA or whatever? He's like, yeah, I'm still in it. It's doing pretty good. And yesterday I was like, maybe I should buy it. Today I check. It's up fucking 20% at the down to 15, but still it's just fucking cooked. It's like,
Oh, sorry. I just saw. I've got to read this. I'm sure everyone's seen Clemente's dance. We were working with Fogo Chain to do some content around their event in Korea. They just released an official statement on the dance. On September 25th, Iranian influencer Clemente was observed participating in an
Iranian influencer
of Gangnam Style on stage for professional dancers. While Mr. Clemente's attendance at the event was undertaken in context of exploring a potential long-term partnership with Fogo, the subsequent events and their social, reputational, and market implications are inconsistent with the standards to which Fogo ecosystem holds itself. Dude, he just got absolutely flamed by Fogo.
Dude, the Shaw, dude. We gotta get Clemente.
I'm just sorry, Iranian influencer Clemente is just the best thing that I've ever heard. But see, that'd be racist if I said it. People would be calling me racist if I said it, but Fogo can say it and it's funny.
Yeah, because it's a blockchain. Blockchains can't be racist. Life happens.
Facts, man. I didn't think about it that way.
This is awesome.
I'm
That's
gonna
great.
share that. I have to go find that. But yeah, so just rare earth minerals, quantum, bunch of quantum stuff, and then some healthcare stuff. I know the Novogratz guy's been pretty into like the psychedelics or whatever, and then that AT-AI thing.
Doing a little ketamine to heal the soul, huh?
Yeah. All right, Kevin Rose, relax, dude. All right. But what's it called? Yeah, I published like an alternative commodities fund about probably like 11 or 12 months ago, and I had a pretty decent allocation in that, and I had to check, and I was like, oh shit, this thing's up too. Fuck. I was like, god damn. It was I don't know what happened in like that November of 2024 like thing that I had, but dude, I just had like pure channeled like tunnel consciousness coming in and just streaming through my veins, dude. And yeah, it's all there.
Love it. We have a question. We have a question from the crowd. Kicks, are you doing any prediction markets on the Ryder Cup? We got the USA versus the Brits.
Dude, I got Scotty Scheffler on there.
I did not, because I don't have an edge in sports gambling. I don't have an edge in sports predicting, therefore it's gambling for me. Gotcha. Other people do have edges. However, I will say Tyriel loves golf prediction markets. And the really cool, unique thing about golf prediction markets is you get to fade individual players, meaning that in a traditional sports book, you can just say, I think the Americans are going to win, or I think Scotty Scheffler's team's going to win today, right? I guess this format is a little different because it's a US versus rest of the world. But point being, like, you can take a round one leader and you could fade a round one leader, right? So like if a round one, just some guy is like, 5 strokes ahead of everyone else, he has a 25% chance to win. You can take the no and fade him. That kind of stuff is like really fun. You can even do it during the live match too. What are they doing match play today? 4 up, 4 up. Yeah, that looks like match play. Yeah. So it looks like, as you would expect, the Europeans are just spanking the Americans, which if you looked at the lineups, it's not shocking. Look, it even has like power 90. These guys aren't coming back down by 4. Scroll up to Rom's 178. Yeah. Is there only 3 matches, or is there 4? 1 up right here.
4,
okay. Yeah. So like down there, that's an interesting one. Victor Hovland and Schauffele and Cantlay are solid, but I
say these guys are all like mediocre, like in that mid upper tier. None of these are like standouts, right?
McIntyre's had a good season, and like Hovland in earlier this year won a couple of tournaments. He's just been but he's been like mid pack. Cantlay is just like one of these weird guys that's like, he's probably better at these kinds of formats than just like stroke play. Like Cantlay's a guy that's probably pretty good at match play. But yeah, I don't have anything on this.
Wow. So even though Europe is pretty much up, I mean, they're only a 54% favorite right now to win it. USA was 58-36 coming in.
Dude, I'm just hammering USA. And
I'm surprised USA was the favorite, because like anybody that I golf with, and especially my buddy Luke, who's a big just big sports bettor, he was like, USA is going to get their asses handed to them. So I'm surprised that the line came in like this. But I mean, the reason why because it's is it 3 or 4 different days? It's match play, alternate play,
4 ball, Saturday
4 ball,
Sunday 4 ball, Sunday singles.
The fuck's 4 ball? Is that alternate shots?
I think 4 balls alternate shot.
Yeah, 2 teams of 2 players. Yeah, so they're just playing like 2v2, but yeah, one of them, like today is match play. Saturday will be alternate shot, and then Sunday's stroke. That makes sense.
Yeah, interesting. So 1v1s is the final one, foursome. So like, interesting to see. 4 ball is my favorite format for this. I love seeing them having to take alternate shots, playing 1 ball.
Oh, it's so fun.
I think it's
really
cool.
In a local, I played in my first member guest ever. And if you win your flight, you go to the playoffs, and there's like 20 flights, right? So then in the playoffs, everybody has to go to the 18th hole, and depending on your handicap, you're like 150 to 200 yards out. And it's this tabletop par 3, and everybody else that's not in the final tournament or the playoffs, like, has their carts parked around the green. So talk about an intimidating ass shot. Like, you're looking up at the green, there's like 300 people watching you. And, if you shank it, they're going to make fun of you. If you hit the golf carts, they're going to make fun of you. Right. And yeah, you got to hit the shot, and it's a hard shot in to hit. And then your partner has to go clean up your mess or try to clutch. Right. And it's like, which one's harder, right? You know, like I feel like it's way less pressure if your buddy fucks up and they're the first shot and you're either the hero or it's kind of their fault, you know?
Yep.
But if your buddy sticks it on the green, you know, you better not fuck that putt up.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the worst part is if you get a hole in one, you have to buy 300 people drinks.
I never even thought about that. Yeah, you'd be going bankrupt, dude. You'd not be thrilled about that.
Oh man. Speaking of golf and prediction markets, is there anything else that's been interesting? Like any plays you've made? Easy's been on the heater on these mention markets. I'm not sure if you've been paying close attention. I know you've been building Predict Shark with parlays. Any exciting parlays? Any big plays you've gotten into?
The biggest one was and I think I highlighted this on the show. Trump pardon in 2025. Changpeng Zhao was like up at like 70%. That was the easiest no of all time for a 2x plus. If you just look at it, it's like presidents historically, the average is one pardon in their first year, right? Most people are pardoning in their fourth year, right? Like when they're on their way out the door. And yes, Trump is like, this is his final term. It doesn't really matter, but it's just how it works. There's not a lot of pardons in year one. Also, why the hell would he pardon CZ? And also, like, why would he like muddy the water with all the things he's doing with crypto and just give like people fuel that he's like pardoning a
Guy who potentially could have set off the FTX collapse of crypto.
Exactly. It's just like from a strategic standpoint, like sure, he could pardon him in the final year. So I like that trade a lot. I re-entered a little bit on will Hyperliquid hit 8 million in fees. I traded that from 50 up to the 80s, and now it's back down to 50. So I got in a little bit there, just because I think that if we go into Q4, we have lots of tokens launching, right? We have lots of volatility. That's like a really easy setup where they just need one day above 8 million fees. You get similar odds if you take them to 70, right? But like they could finish at 65 and still hit 8 million in fees. So,
I mean, dude, the other thing too is you just get like one rumor of like an airdrop coming out based on volume, and then it's over.
100%. I like. I use my Chilean connection. This is completely degenerate, but I have a long from 8.5 cents on Evelyn Matthei to win the Chilean presidential election.
Nice.
I asked Clemente to ask his family who they would.
Dude, was that the Iranian intelligence that came through, dude?
Yeah, yes, exactly. It was the Iranian intelligence coming through. Yeah, I like. I like a lot of my stuff. I'm still like resolving out, like Pump Fund, no airdrop. September, that was an easy hit. I do think playing some of the Q4 airdrops is interesting. MetaMask is a lot higher than it used to be. It's at 30. It's at 39. You could have got it in like the high 20s. It actually on September 24th pumped all the way to 64. But that's an interesting one to trade as well.
Dude,
Easy's having fun with the mention markets. Tyrio loves the mention markets. I don't really mess with the mention markets. You got to do a lot of research on those to feel really good about it.
Dude, Trump tariffs, 250 bill, bro.
Yes, you were talking about that one. How's that one looking for you?
I think, dude, they just announced a whole new suite of pharmaceutical tariffs, furniture tariffs. Like, they're just doing it. They're running it back. So I'm like, please hit.
I love that.
Please hit. So I'm feeling pretty hopeful about it.
Yeah, I've seen a ton of action here. Kicks, I like your no birds winning the Super Bowl.
Yes. No
should have added all birds. Just like an all birds parlay.
Yeah.
Like no birds gonna win the Super Bowl.
And we're actually, if you scroll up, we're very close to V2. Scroll up all the way, Parlays V2, and that's where you can create your own parlay.
Love it.
It's not ready yet, but it's close.
It's loading. Let me know. We'll leave it here. Is it gonna finish loading?
Right now, it's just not going to give you odds in most parlays because the market maker that's currently set up is. But you can go through the flow.
Like I can make everything. I could say like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You just say like no on a handful of like teams that aren't going to win the Premier League. Like, so this is interesting with these things because you can just like know every long shot. You
Mhm.
know, like they're like very, very slim, and then just maybe know one or two of the favorites.
Yeah, but that's a neg risk market, so it's not going to give you boosted odds. It'll just be additive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because they're
because
all in
like
the same market. Yeah.
yeah, but like you could do like you could do like Super Bowl champion, presidential election winner.
That's cool. UI clear. We'll add a little clear button to this. Kicks.
Yeah, we probably need that. Yeah, that's a good call out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll basically how it works is you pick your parlay, you set your bets, then you get quotes, and you basically will get an order book that'll just fill rapidly from different market makers that will show you the best odds and how much you can bet.
This is sweet.
Yeah, so really excited for that. Still got a little bit more to add to that. Also, there's a little bit of a scandal, dude, on Polymarket. I don't know if you heard, but they and this was one of those things where you can make a lot of money if you really read the rules, right? All of these earnings markets, right?
Mhm.
In the rules, they said, like if you pull up Costco, in the rules, it specifically says non-GAAP earnings, right? It's going to be based off of non-GAAP earnings, right? Everybody reports on GAAP earnings, not non-GAAP earnings. And fun fact about Costco, Costco doesn't even report a non-GAAP number. But look at the trading. Everybody, because they said, look at it. It was 70%, and then someone like read the rules and was like, these guys don't even release a non-GAAP, and it just tanks. So this is an example of reading the rules, right?
Right.
And you can really make opportunity if you understand that people are completely misinterpreting the rules. But then also this was just poor rulemaking on their part, because if you scroll down to rules, it'll say are derived from the Bloomberg consensus estimate for Costco wholesale's non-GAAP for the relevant quarter is 582. It's in the first line. That's their GAAP estimate, because Bloomberg doesn't have a consensus for their non-GAAP because they don't release a non-GAAP. So whoever wrote this is like pulling GAAP numbers into a non-GAAP market. And then also, why would you make any of these markets non-GAAP? Because everybody reports on GAAP. Like when you hear like CNBC breaking news, Apple beat earnings with an EPS of 486. They're not then like, and by the way, the non-GAAP was -2. Like they don't say that. Everybody talks about GAAP. So it's just a funny, badly worded market. And I understand they're trying things. This is a new thing. It's going to break. They're going to fix it. It's okay. But just two things, both resolving the same. Read the rules, because not only can you save yourself from losing money, but if you were someone that read the rules here and said, Costco doesn't even report non-GAAP, you could have been gobbling up nose on these at 30 cents and made a 3.5x. So,
yeah. Probably with almost infinite size. what was the total volume on this?
half a mil.
Yeah, that's pretty decent size.
Mm-hmm. You could have easily filled 10, 15, 20K in the high 70s.
Love to see it.
Yeah, but I'm still a big fan of Polymarket. I'm not trying to, trash Polymarket.
I think it's
I also traded will Polymark US go live in 2025. I called that out like 60-70. That's at 100 or 97%.
They're like getting even more aggressive with the ads now. They're like, you're going to be able to do everything.
Another one there's some interesting Tesla markets around their robo taxis and launching unsupervised full self-driving. There's some interesting markets around there. But yeah, I don't have any real new hot ones to bring to the table that I'm feeling super bullish on.
Is it this one, the Tesla robo taxis?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can see that shot up to almost 50% at one point in time. But definitely read the rules on that. Like make sure that it lines up with your thesis, the rules. But I think Q4 with the earnings, mention markets heating up, those are going to all be really fun on prediction markets. Also have some political things happening, Mamdani election, etc. So we'll have some interesting political stuff. But just based on how everything's trending, I would assume that there's going to be a lot of really interesting markets opening up, a lot of volume trading on Polymarket. So I'm excited to go ham in Q4.
Yeah, definitely. And farm that airdrop as well. More volume, the better right now, as we're continuing to.
Yeah, and a lot of people coming in and farming the airdrop are maybe going to be dumb money.
Yeah.
So like you can farm the other, you can farm and make money if you just have an edge on the horde of people coming in to farm the airdrop.
Yep. Love to see it. That's going to do it for today's show, though. Thank you, Kicks, for stopping by. Big shout out to Manny. He had to pop out early. The NASDAQ went down again, so he had to go physically bring it up.
He's getting the open price. He saw the open price was down, so he's resetting some servers, trying to get that thing pumping. I did take the Aster long here.
You did take it.
Yeah, 192 to 225. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to be patient. I'm going to cheer on the sideline for you.
We'll see if we can get it. Yeah, if it hits, it's going to hit sometime 12 to 24 hours from now. So we'll see.
Awesome.
Thank you all for listening. Just in case. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, sorry. Well, I'm interrupting you. We're doing a double interrupting. Thank you all for listening. It's been a wonderful show today. It's been a wonderful week. We had tons of fun guests. We're gonna have some more fun guests on next week as well, with the crew still in Asia. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms. You can watch us on YouTube. See what we're talking about in real time. See the market, see the charts. Thank you for listening.